everyone, and welcome back to UGC League. It is good to be back, bringing you Season 18 of this wonderful game that we call Overwatch. My name is Guthix. I'm joining here in the casting booth with Karma. Karma, it feels so good to be back here on UGC.
Oh yeah, it does. I haven't been here in a long time, and it feels good to be back. Took a nice long vacation, and finally getting ready to get back into it.
Yeah, all these teams took a long vacation, just ready to get back into it and ready to get into tonight's match. We're bringing you week 2 here. Weren't able to get to week 1, but that's okay. We got week 2 bringing it to you live on Lijiang Tower. I'm super excited to see this match and this map because there's so many different compositions of heroes that you can play. Twist, cheesing a little bit of the Bastion, not going to keep it Karma. But I'm excited to see what these two undefeated teams both won first week, and now they're trying to stay on top of it as we get underway here on Night Market. The teleport is coming out on both sides. Over on the blue side is the Wyverns versus the Chicago Deepdish Pizzas. The Chicago Deepdish getting on point, but Riptide striking first, gave that early kill onto Thunder, the Doomfist DPS, and they have full control of this point. Card watch set up. Gonna be a little bit awkward as the Chicago Deepdish trying to find a way to push in. Rocking out the Winston instead of the Diva on bright side point. Gets controlled by the Wyverns as the team fight continues to engage. Amplification Matrix used onside the door as Thunder rejoins and hits the pick onto Fame, but the Shatter catches 4, and it's a wing batter coming from the Reinhardt of Iconic, and Wyverns have full control at this point.
Yeah, no, Wyverns did really good there by having the Diva instead of having the Winston, because they were able to boop down Deepdish from the opposing high ground to try to get them out, and then Deepdish decides to swap over to this ball comp, which is pretty good for disrupting.
Yeah, a lot of disruption, play more of a spam composition. Twist opting to play for the Tracer instead of more spam from the Hanzo. Thunder, just rainy thunder from above, getting the kill onto Function, taking out one already. Get a pick onto Alt though, Alt battery gone. And here comes the kills coming in from Chicago Deepdish that they're trying to walk on point. They're going to get a presence here and flip this point right over into their control.
Oh yeah, they looked very good with it, with this, the ball comp. Thunder getting an early pick onto the Lucio, and just they were sort of stuck there because they didn't have that speed to get around fast enough.
Thunder already has the barrage up after one team fight, one switch of the composition, and now they're good. Wyverns have to deal with this Thunder fair, and they're going to be focusing with Fang on the Cassidy. Trying to walk in here, going underneath, going to main. Twist trying to build up a post bomb, look for someone. Here comes the barrage right onto the teleport. No kills in the kill feed because a beautiful defense matrix from Brightside. They're Mr. Brightside, and they are getting the support. Here comes the post bomb, finds nothing. Instead, Twist dies to the flashbang and flipped right back over. Is Wyverns controlling the point?
Yeah, Wyvern did that really good there. They Chicago Deepdish just sort of let them walk into them, which is something you really don't want to do with the ball comp. You want to be the first to engage, especially with that Pharah ult. I don't know why they just didn't ult them right as soon as they walked to this choke point right here, but it was a good shot for Wyvern being able to flip the point and gain 80+ percentage now.
Yeah, they allowed Riptide to drop that teleport, getting into a better position, and they didn't have the chance to engage. Now they're engaging with the minefields. It picks up 1 kill. Now I need to look for more as Ravage actually falls off the cliff. Mercy gone, so no pocket Mercy, just the DPS on the point with the Lucio Baby Diva. The barrage comes out, but gets punched by Brightside on the ground. Thunder came a little bit too close there onto the ground, gets punched by the Baby Diva. The reinforcement from Chicago Deepdish coming in. Valkyrie able to get the resurrection onto Thunder. Diva bomb on point from Brightside, looking bright at everyone's day up. Now Alex dropping it on the point, zoning everyone out. And so overtime, 99% build for the Wyverns. Chicago Deepdish has to stay on the point, and Function might just be the cherry on top of the sundae and the milkshake. that could just close the one out here as the rest of the team of Chicago Deepdish are falling. The staggers are coming in. Ravage does get close to that minefield, but isn't able to get on point. They are body blocked by Fang. And that's one in the books here, Karma, for Legion Tower.
Yeah, and Wyvern played that really well. Even the switch to the ball camp, it looked like they might have struggled a little bit, especially with them running that brawl comp, but then they just were like, okay, let's fight this one more time. They swapped to the Cassidy, and they just were like, okay, we're just walking in. They walk in, they get a TP, and just get point basically from right from under them.
They just get the point right there. Yeah, and you were really talking about how it's super important to engage first with a wrecking ball composition, with the hamster slamming down, disrupting before a team can get in a more comfortable position. They're going to be playing it here again, and looks like a bit of a zombie comp. Yeah, zombie comp coming out from Wyverns with the Monkey, Diva, and bring out Riptide's Reaper. So no one really to pressure Thunder, but plenty of pressure on the back line as they take out all battery, taking out the Ana, no more healies from the rest of the support. Womp actually gets the resurrection off a little bit in dangerous position. All Barry has to use the trade immediately, then the boop, Alex Yoshi off the cliff. Didn't have the boost, didn't have the Jets come back on point. And with 3 gone, they're going to have to think about regrouping here. Unless Thunder wants to pressure this. No, they have control of the point. And another boop punching. Alright, look, Karma, you have 2 really mobile tanks and they both get booped off. Something's just not right.
Yeah, no, and especially with that first fight, Wyvern took it into Dojo, and they were just able to basically hide from that forest spam. Even though Thunder does have the barrage here, as Dai's using it, they weren't able to really get as much damage or as much poke as they could have if they were to play out in the open. So I think Wyvern is playing this really good against this Bulk right here.
They're playing it super smart. Brightside is shutting down Thunder on the Pharah, and here comes the switch. Gonna be bringing out more of a rush style composition. Twist on the Sim. So not gonna be mirroring the zombie comp. We'll have to see if Ravage is gonna be able to get enough value from this Reinhardt. Oh. Thunder Icicle snipe onto banging across the map. That's gonna be opening as team pushing in here. Teleport step on the edge. Funging gets the 3rd environmental kill on this map. But Ravage able to take out Iconic. The Monkey Winston Scientist gone. Here comes Riptide thrashing around, and the Riptide gets no elimination. Alex Yoshi forced to use the Diva Bomb, get a fresh and mech. Riptide takes out Twist. Diva Bomb coming out from Brightside now, gets nothing. Pulse Bomb looks for a kill, gets no one, but Iconic rejoins the fray and dominates with the Primal Rage. 77% build up. Chicago Deep just have to do something now.
Yeah, and I hate to say this about my favorite sort of pizza is Chicago Deep just look rattled. They don't really know what to do. They got that opening pick onto the Tracer, onto Fang, and then they just sort of fell apart. They're trying this TP on the bridge, but who knows if it's going to work, especially with only 5% remaining.
Well, Wompdom says he's going to work. Gets the boot kill onto Trisky, taking out the Moira. Lots of heals. Shatter comes out, does get much. Twist drops that big berry onto the right side of the point. And taking out Trisky here was a big play, actually, Karma. Without that big raw source of healing coming from Trisky on the Moira, the tanks and DPS aren't going to be able to survive.
Oh yeah, that was, especially with Trisky only having 5% to their Coalescence. So with this engage, I'm looking for that Coalescence to be that major engage, especially with the, like, everybody being able to go through shields. They're just going to die behind Ravage's shield. Or that's gonna happen.
Or that's gonna happen. Another Icicle snipe onto Fang. Gonna be dropped in Blizzard. Counter out that Coalescence. And look at this. Oh my. Thunder. Man. Making big plays on this May switch here. Causing a lot of trouble for Wyverns.
Yeah, that was actually really good with the sort of window Icicle to the face. And they also have this TP going back to bridge, so that way they don't have to spend a lot of time rotating. but it's going to be tough. Chicago Deep Dish does have almost every single ult except the two that were just used. So I wonder how Wyvern's going to try to engage us if it's going to be as successful as they were.
But they're gonna be engaging with the Riptide with the Death Plus on Womp Domp. Speed comes out just a second too late. It was so quick, and Ravage gets taken out by Bright Side, and that one could be it. 99% already built up. You gotta stay on point. Gonna be flipped over, and I was thinking Ravage was actually gonna use that Shatter as they were walking in. Ult Barry gets taken out. It's just under on point. Here comes the TP. Here comes the Shatter. Catches 3. Hold on a moment. Bungeon gets the beat. Riptide doesn't get catch of it, though. And they are gone back to the spawn. That teleport could be clutch to get them back into the fight. Banging gets the stick onto Ravage, and the Primal Rage coming out from Iconic, knocking people around, doing lots of damage with those big fists. One gone, taking out Thunder, looking for more. The TP still getting people back there quickly. No longer twist, switching over to the Doomfist to rejoin the fight faster. Gets a remake kill onto Baby Diva of Alex Yoshi. Faye contributing the Sherry, catches all 5, but there's no one left. Ravage says, where are you? They're all back at the spawn point, and Wyverns walks away with the first win on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, Ravage was actually able to get 2 shatters there in the overtime. He got that first one that he used, that got 3, and then he got a second one that got all 5. That was big from him.
Big indeed, but it's going to be Iconic here with play of the game. Drop the shatter to the left and swing batter. 1, 2, and 3. You're out of here, says Iconic, as they walk away with a dominant performance here on Lijiang Tower. Karma. Chicago Deep Dish gotta go back to the drawing board and see what they can wrap up here and or draw up to go back into this next map of Rialto.
And Rialto's a very good map for that sort of disruption ball comp, so I wonder if they're going to try to go back to that, and hopefully we'll have more success with it.
Yeah, I want to see if they actually go back to it. I mean, Rialto is... Well, I would say Rialto is a common map that we see double shield come out. Of course, you can still play the Wreck-It Ball and play that ball composition, bring out Thundersphere again. But we do see a few swaps coming out. I think we'll get this. Womp Domp is being subbed out for Gap, so Gap's going to be coming in here on this next map of Rialto. But yeah, there's a lot of compositions you could see, Karma. You could see that ball composition with Thundersphere, or we could see the double shield composition come out. And a little bit of a spicy thing. If you want to keep Brightside's Diva, you could play the Diva Orisa, and so you still have some pressure on Thunder if they go Pharah.
Yeah, which it's been a lot more recently has been like the sort of Diva Orisa sort of brawl-ish sort of Orisa shield. But another thing too that Deep Dish could do on their attack phase is they could go brawl. They could go that Mei. It started to work out for them on the end of Garden. Just sort of use that Mei to sort of get them to like get that space gained immediately and just try to navigate through the entirety of Streaks phase and everything like that with the brawl comp. So they still have a lot of options. Let's just see what they have to use.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that brawl composition, we saw the Mei come out and they were getting some results there just a little bit too late, and Wyverns had way too much percent built up before we saw that Mei come out. Rialto, though, if they do go that rush composition, Wyverns could easily play the double shield, play onto the high ground, and just make Chicago Deep Dish's push just terrible. Because all you have to do is you have to stay on that cart, but you're on the low ground, and the Reinhardt has only so much shield, and the Diva has only so much defense matrix, Karma, and there's a lot of spam that can come out from Iconic and Brightside on a Sigma Orisa duo.
Oh yeah, and it's just gonna be tough, especially with this first high ground. We'll have to see what they have in about 2 seconds.
Ooh, well, 2 seconds indeed, and there it is. We see the double shield composition from Iconic and Brightside. Iconic rocking the Orisa and Brightside rocking the Sigma. And what's this? What's this? Is this traditional dive karma coming out from Chicago Deep Dish? I think it is.
It is. Do I think it's going to be stay? Probably not. It I honestly don't think it will. It could work. It could work. But I feel like they're going to see, oh, it's double shields. Yeah, no, we can't really run this.
No, because you have the immortality field from Trisky on the Baptiste. You have Brigitte from Fungin, and you have the spam and the survivability of the tanks and the DPS. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a quick switch here after a first team fight if it's unsuccessful. They're rocking it out now. They're going to see what they can get done as Winston and Ravage jumps up onto high ground, then drops down. Thunder in the back line, pressuring the supports just a little bit. Has to be careful. Fungin tries to get stun on them. Gap jumps up with the reflection, gets punched by Brightside back to the spawn. They're still engaging in here, jumping up by kind dangerously low, going a half. Here comes the res, but gets stunned with the shield bash, and Twist gone. And that's what we're just going to be seeing here for a lot of the time. You're going to see Riptide dropping down, contesting the cart, and then getting out when they need to. And the high ground is totally in control by the Wyverns.
Yeah, they're staying with it, but it's sort of weird. I like this fact with Wyvern, with just having the Orisa sort of sit on the high ground and have Brightside Sig just sort of control the high ground as much as he can. Riptide will be there. Brightside does get pooped off, so they're basically giving the high ground to him sort of unforcefully, but it's still very weird from Wyvern.
They're going to commit the Nano Boost onto Ravage, not go for the Nano Blade duo. They're going to pop the Valkyrie using lots of balls just to try and win one team fight. Here comes the Flux. They get two, but they had to use 3 ultimates just to get that. No one's on cart. Riptide takes out Ultimate Battery in the back line, and no one was on cart that whole time, and now you're going to get another team fight coming out from the Wyverns.
Yeah, and Riptide has this duplicate as well that they can use under Ravage to try to contest the point as much as they can. Brightside swaps over to the Diva, so I'm looking for probably but this could be big for Wyvern here.
Could be big. Thunder looks for a post-bomb, does get much, and they get the kill on Iconic. Here comes the drive play of Function, shuts them down. Alex gets the lead onto Bane's Dragon Strike, so no value there. Here's Teskey striking in, and Riptide solidifying with the 3K, the double Diva Bomb and the remake, and it was Riptide being the star right there at the end, but Trisky and Function contributing on the support line.
Yeah, that was very... Fungin did really good there, just using that rally to engage, make sure everybody got that armor, and then getting that 2K and just shutting down Gap's Blade. Even though you lost Iconic, you get another tank back with Riptide, they go big, and it's just like, now Chicago Deep Dish is back to the drawing board, trying to get this to high ground and try to just surround them and collapse on top of them.
Back to the drawing board, and Brightside going onto the Diva instead of the Sigma, be a little bit more of a peel character to the supports that get dealt by the entire team. Get close to checkpoint A, 60 seconds remain, gets boot back, Iconic has the Nano Boot, Diva Bomb in the back, have to hide around, and now they're looking for a target, they're looking for Function, and they find them. Function gone. Here's Trisky dropping the amplification matrix, now gets taken out, big stick onto Iconic, and it's a cleanup here. They are making this dive work. Nearly all time depleted for a first push, but now they got 3 minutes. See if they can get it done here on point B.
Yeah, Brightside uses the bomb there to try to get maybe a last second kill, so that way they couldn't get the point. But yeah, everybody got 3 people got late spawn, so it's just like, okay, let's reset. Let's see everything going on. I wonder if Iconic might switch here. Maybe not. Try to just stay on that. But
Fang's gonna go to that Tracer to fight that.
Fang will go to Tracer, but it's Iconic's Orisa here could be good, especially trying to hold this corner. But Gap and Twist has the Valkyrie that could be big.
They're gonna engage here with the blade, the Valkyrie blade, giving that damage boost to Gap, looking for a kill. Only finds Fungin, but that could be just enough as the Reds come out. Red in the kill feed. Cart not making any progress, but they want to really win the team fight, and now they're going to get a stagger kill here onto Brightside, trying to get back to Cart, and it might be able to coast this one in point B.
Yeah, with them getting those 3 picks early into point two, it basically gave them they just needed to win one fight, which they did.
Oh, and Fang actually coming in here, 0.35 meters. They're going to pop the rally here. A nice stick coming out. Gets Immortality Field, though. Ravage, though, takes out Riptide. Here's a Nano Boost onto Gap, trying to build a Blade. And the DPS are getting it done. Gap and Thunder find the kills. Thunder finds 2. Big Gap dash through, and there it is. The traditional dive. Karma, it's working, and honestly, it kind of makes me happy.
Yeah, it really does. It's nice to see them sort of go back to the roots, go back to the traditional dive, and just make it work.
Yeah, we haven't seen this. I haven't seen this in a while. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen the traditional dive, the Winston Diva, Tracer, Genji, and then the Ana Mercy give those heals. Usually it's a loose heal, but the Mercy here with the Valkyrie ultimate provides so much healing with the dive. Here comes the dash. Here's the Blade, and the Valkyrie immediately gets one. The Diva Bomb over the top. There's so much chaos going on here from the dive. It's just chaotic and so much red in the kill feed. Fang contributed, taking out alt battery might be enough to actually give them some sustain here. The res onto alt battery brings it back in the fight. Caustic twist their light. 5v6. A pulse bomb in the backline to Thunder commits and sticks. Tritsky gone, and it's Iconic on the point stalling out with the big switches coming out with the near mirror. And twist switching over to the Brigitte, it will make it a mirror, except Riptide, after they play the Echo, apply a little bit more pressure from a distance than Gap's Genji.
Yeah, and the biggest thing too is that basically everybody used their ult. They all press Q at once, but Wyverns were able to hold on to it. Luckily, which it looked like they weren't able to.
No, I thought they were going to give it up there, but they didn't. Funchint uses the rally, give everyone extra shields. Chicago Deepdish backing up here, trying to not lose anyone, but they lose Gap and Twist. So it's going to be a hard reset now, as they are not giving them any space. Wyverns trying to overcommit just a little bit, but forcing them all back. Only a minute to go, and trying to finish the map is Chicago Deepdish.
Yeah, and Alt Battery has this nano, which it's probably going to go into Ravage. They've been nanoing the Winston basically every single fight. But Brightside has the bomb and Fang has the pulse. So it's going to be probably trading backlines here.
Three backlines in deep, but the backline of Chicago Deepdish goes first. Iconic taken out, and that's it. The first backline to go came aggressively from the Wyverns. I mean, Chicago Deepdish is just gone, and now only 20 seconds. You gotta stay on this point.
Yeah, which Chicago Deepdish looks like they will be able to get a touch with probably the Tracer. So be able to get one big touch, but Wyvern has almost every single ult. They do have this Blade, which could be big for them, but it all depends on how well they are able to do with it.
Could be big. There's the pulse bomb striking Trisky. Here comes the dry blade from Gap. No Valkyrie, no nano boost. Gonna be the Diva Bomb taken out to Meg, but commits their Diva Bomb to get a fresh one. All Barry takes out Riptide. Iconic getting Gap out of the equation. It's an all-out brawl fest on the point as overtime has been triggered. Tracers trying to pick off left and right of the rest of the team. And Faye coming out on top with 2. Takes out Alex. Gap switching to the Doomfist trying to get back to the point. But it looks like the Wyverns are going to be holding here on Rialto. They will not let Chicago Deepdish finish this map.
Yeah, which point 3 Rialto is each point has its difficult spots, and that's sort of like one of the biggest spots for point 3 Rialto is that little final corner, especially with how condensed it is for indoors and how fast the defense can respond there. But it's really good for Chicago Deepdish being able to get it that far, that they get it as far as they had.
Well, it didn't look like they were going to even get to point A right there at the beginning, Karma. But luckily enough, they figured it out with 30 seconds to go, and then they were able to coast their way to point B, just falling short to point C to finish the map. Still, pretty impressive, honestly. For going traditional dive, I'm impressed.
Yeah, no, and it actually looked very good. It looked like it was well rehearsed, everything like that. And now they're sort of going with this ball comp defense, which it's not
Interesting.
really interesting. I'm surprised that Thunder isn't playing the Pharah, especially after we saw them play it on Lijiang. But the Pharah here is really good, being able to use the rooftops sort of just as cover 24/7. It looks like it might be a little bit of a balmier, but bright side on the Sig instead of the Diva. So I wonder how like the sort of different styles of this ball comp will work out.
Yeah, you see two different supports from both sides there. You're playing a bit more of an untouchable composition on the side of Wyverns while pushing a payload. So you're going to see the supports kind of sticking on the payload the majority of the time while trying not to die a gap. Riptide going up there, pressure a gap down. Thunder on the Ash, not picking up the Pharah here. Could be Gap just be a little bit more of a specialist and wasn't in the first map, Alicia on Tower. Cart rolling around the first corner, looking to get to the second one pretty easily. As the Gap still trying to find a pick on Trisky in the back line. Riptide pressuring them down. Sleep coming out onto Iconic, taking a little bit of a nap. Gets anti and then gets out with their life, and Rabbit trying to roll through, disrupt the supports, get focused being down by Riptide. Gap finally gets a kill onto Fang. But the support's dangerously low from Chicago Deepdish. They gotta get some healing in the backline. Twist needs to get some heals. That Gap gave pressure down by Diva. Bright side and gets taken out. Looking for the res. They get it off here. It was safe. And Thunder finds the headshot onto Trisky. And this ball compositions from both these teams are just rolling around. Focus beam by Riptide takes out Ravage, and Cap comes right back with a kill of their own. 2 kills from both sides. Riptide takes out Gap though, as the Valkyrie from Twisted Force might be looking for a rest here, might be looking to heal Alex as they are taking out Mech. Still Baby Diva, stay in presence, trying to take out Trisky, who has the Transcendence, holding on to it, doesn't want to use it. And Gap switching over to the Echo is a big smart play here. I mean, you're able to use that focus beam on the Wrecking Ball after getting stunned or slept, and that's what's been a real problem for Ravage.
Yeah, and the biggest thing there too is both times Trisky died in an advanced position. So it's like I wonder if he was sort of they were sort of pushing up trying to get some kills like that, but especially with that, you sort of want to play long range as Zen. You don't really have damage fall off, and you have that Discord that's sort of universal. So why not just sort of stay back?
Why not sort of stay back? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Twist actually got away with that res. The defense matrix was there to keep them up, but everyone just dove in. Twist falls, and now here comes the minefields coming out from Ravage just to zone everyone out. Try to give a little bit more time. But with not many other people to stay on point, Thunder's gonna dash in. Here comes Alex on Diva, have a presence. Ravage gets a late mind kill onto Iconic, and that actually might be enough as Ravage rolling back in. They don't have the ball of Iconic to disrupt. A nice take coming out from Gap onto Riptide, and they're going to be holding on to this. 1 minute to go. Chicago is looking to full hold the Wyverns here on Rialto.
Yeah, and they sort of flipped a switch. Their ball comp didn't look like this last time. Now they're taking early engages. Yes, some people are dying super early, but they're able to take those early engages and just sort of play as a team. Whereas on Ilios, it didn't look like they were able to do that.
They're definitely playing more as a team right now. We're seeing it. 37 seconds to go. We're looking at one last team fight unless it ends here quickly. Wyverns trying to find angle to go. Faye does have the post bomb, looking to find a target. Gap gonna get the Zenyatta, finds the target, gets the post bomb stick onto Twist. Thunderstrike it right back, taking out Riptide, force the Transcendence, coming out from Trisky, give everyone the extra heal. Nano boost onto Gap, that's a dangerous Echo, lots of damage. There's some minefields on the point, the Diva bomb over the top, no one can stay on the point. It's a minesweeper field. Riptide flying in, but that's gonna do it. Banging last one to go. Last one stalled. Here comes a post bomb on the ground. It's no one. And Chicago Deep Dish My oh my, it looks like a new team Karma as they tie the series up 1-1.
Yeah, they looked really good. They looked really well diverse. Their backline wasn't getting picked, but with Wyverns, their backline was getting picked almost every single fight super early. They were just sort of playing out of position. I don't know if it was just miscommunications or stuff like that, but it just seemed like there was different areas where it's like they could look to be improved, and hopefully that doesn't uh, taunt them throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, absolutely. Funja gave 32 defense assists, which is 73% of the kill participation. I gotta say, Funjin Trisky been really good on the support lineup, but Funjin's been a real star so far in this match.
Oh yeah, the Brig so far has been looked really good. The Lucio, they've been playing out of their mind.
Yeah, I mean, he gave 3 environmental kills on that one map, at least on town. I mean,
3 or 4.
3 or 4? That's pretty significant. Pretty significant. Series all tied up 1-1 though. Next map, Goi to Nubani. And that one, I wouldn't be surprised if we see another traditional dive coming out from Deepdish. It's possible. It favors it. It's a good map for it. I think we could see it, Carmen.
It is very possible. I definitely could see it happening. I could also see Wyverns playing that sort of Orisa Diva comp again, holding top left if they're on defense. So it's up to what these players got. I could also see them mirroring the ball comps again. But
yeah,
with how Wyverns played it, I don't know if they want to again. But who knows? They could be just using it for practice.
it could be used for practice. It's still early in the season. They're still trying to figure out what best composition that best works for these different maps and for them as a team. Using lots of energy definitely for both these teams to figure out what works, and what better way to recharge on your energy than with some Bite Ramen, which is fueling again Season 18 of UGC League. Thank you, Bite Ramen. If you want to get your own Bite Ramen, go shop.biteramen.com and use our promo code UGC at checkout. Save 10% off your order. I personally tried it, Karma. I gotta say, it's one of the best ramens that I have ever had. It is delicious. Go shop.biteramen.com slash UGC or use code UGC at checkout. Save 10% off your order. I think Chicago Deepdish here, Karma, is going to be coming back here. I think they got what it takes. We saw a light flip on in their heads as a team, and they look pretty dominant now.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised with them sort of keeping Gap in the role. I wonder if that might be something to do with it as well, since Gap was sort of sitting out Li Zhong, and then with them coming in for Rialto, it sort of just flipped a switch in their minds. But who knows? It could be something that's they were just like they needed a map to warm up. So hopefully this goes to map 5 because it's already looking good for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And usually it takes one map to get those kinks out and stretch it a little bit, and then you actually build on top of that. New Bonnie, our third map, we're going to be going into it. It is tied 1-1. So at minimum, we'll be going to a game 4 at least. So we will be touching on our 2CP map, but it could go even farther, Karma, if there's a draw here.
Yeah, it really could, which I don't know if I know it's happened before a lot in my comp games, but I don't know if it's happened throughout the league's history. So this could be the first.
Yeah, I don't know if we actually have drawn on New Bonnie. There's been plenty of times that we've had some map 5s based on draw, or map 6 even, over based on a draw. We have had a map 7 before. That was exciting. Grand final season 16, I think that was. That was very, very exciting. Very. But it was very long too.
Oh yeah, I bet. But yeah,
see
no.
the draw here? I'm not sure.
I hope not.
Nah.
But no,
Yeah, it was long.
Oh yeah, Chicago Deep Dish does look like it's going for that ending dive comp that they had with the Echo Brig instead of the Tracer Mercy.
Yeah, they're gonna be bringing out the that Echo instead. Banging playing a Tracer and Thunder playing the Genji. Those are the only major differences here. Other than that, it's a whole mirror. Trisky actually snipes gaps, hits the triple shot, takes them out. Echo gone, and here comes the dive from both teams. Up the top side, right side takes out Ravage. The anti-nade though, take on to Twist and Alt Barry, unable to follow up. As Chicago Deepdish find the kills, pushing into this defense. Looking for more, takes out Riptide, and Alex Yoshi said, yup, I will take the 2. Looking for a third, and gets the hat-trick kill, and now they have control of this point. After one attack, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, especially with Gap dying first, Trisky is able to snipe Gap out of the air, which is something that you got to worry about, especially if you don't have like a Mercy pocket. But with Thunder's Genji here, being able to get that dive onto the Ana is super impactful, because then you send 4 people up here, 5 people up there with basically no setup. It's super good, and then Trisky just died in a second, pretty much.
Just died in an instant. Now look at how far they are pushing this. They're taking so much space away from the Wyverns. So we see 3 members of the Chicago Deepdish all the way up there, make that 4 as Alex joins the team. Only Twist are on payload jail. Can't leave the payload.
Yeah.
Now they're re-engaging here, up on the high ground. Alex does have that Diva Bomb, and Alt Battery has a Nano Boost. Gonna give it to Iconic, so no Nano Blade there. Thunder does get the kill on Funshin. As Riptide switch over to the Soldier 76, switch it to the legs, looking for more kills. Here comes the blade, and a big sleep onto Thunder from Trisky, making good plays and takes them out. No value from Thunder, and here they come, strike it back with the Nano Boost onto the Winston. Gonna be enough to send them back to their spawn point.
Yeah, and that was a very good play by Chicago Deepdish by nanoing Ravage. He did get a few back, and they actually did have to push back a bit, but they were able to get so much space that they basically are around that second corner already.
Around that second point, go dip the sleep onto Alex. The Ravage dangerously low, try and get out. Needs to get the heals, has to rally for the extra heals. That's right side, drops a Diva Bomb in the back line. Twist pops their own rally now as the attack coming out. The visor up on high ground from Riptide. Gets Defense Matrix and the body block by Alex. No value from there. Instead, Fei gets one, and now Fungi Jin able to take out Alt Battery as the defensive hold is dominant from Wyverns. They're not letting them get to this point B just yet.
Yeah, no, and Wyvern is doing really good.
Oh no.
Staggering Alex too. But no, Wyvern is doing really good by holding on to the second point. They're letting sort of Chicago Deepdish dive a little bit too far, and then they're just sort of cleaning up everybody. Thunder swaps from the Genji to the Tracer as well to try to get a little bit more consistent damage, I would say. Especially with Riptide on the Soldier sort of poking him down from long range.
Yeah, Riptide's Soldier 76 pick makes it so hard for them to engage because they're taking so much damage from this distance of Riptide. Here's the early engagement coming in from Iconic. They're going to be getting the Nano Boost, looking for one, takes out Twist.
Oh.
And Ravage strikes back with the double jump back kill and gets the third onto Bungeon, taking out all 3 of the backline and taking out both supports. Iconic forced to pop the Primal Rage, just trying to hold on to it. Gets one. Finally, it's taken out by Gap. Thunder gets a melee finish on the bright side, and it's 4 members of Chicago Deepdish trying to roll this into point B. The DPS only lay there for the Wyverns, and they're taken out, and the supports actually might get staggered. Point not cross the point B yet, and there it is. Now they got one more to go all the way to C, and they really want to finish this with time in the time bank.
Yeah, they're just sort of using ults, trying to push them all the way back into spawn almost. which it seems like a little bit of a waste, not gonna lie, by using the duplicate and using a lot more ults. But who knows? Maybe they're able to cap point 3 before they even walk out of the spawn.
Well, they convincingly won the team fight, and Riptide's actually going to be popping the visor here. But you got both tanks of Alex and Ravage just bullying them with the DPS.
Oh.
The card no longer moving. Fanging took out all battery as Twist finds the double kill. That's going to stop their progress, give them a little bit more breathing room as they regroup.
Yeah, I bet you they wish that they sort of were a little bit more conservative with their ults and sort of just holding onto them. But they are almost able to cap, so which is always good. But it's going to have to back up a bit.
That was just smart play coming out from Fanging. Taking out the only person on card, alt battery, gives them the time to regroup, lets the spawns come back in, and now you're ready to hold on to it. Here comes the nano boost onto Iconic. Iconic doesn't get any kills, has the primal rage gun popping now as Brightside finds 2. They're going to be the one that contributes here for the team in this team fight. Find a 3, and with the spawns being so close, they stop Chicago Deepdish's progress for now.
And we've seen this before. We've seen this before on point 2. So hopefully Chicago Deepdish is able to find something that will be able to work to get them to cap at point 3.
Well, they gotta do it quickly. Only a minute and 30 seconds left. They need to win at least one team fight right now if they want to finish it with time and a time bank. They have the ultimates they need for coming online. Alt Barry with the nano boost, post bomb, Alex Yoshi with the Diva bomb, and Twist with the rally. Gonna drop the nano boost on the Rabbit, try and build primal rage, gets left behind the card. Nice play from Trisky. And the Diva bomb over top from Brightside gets one. The full bomb stuck onto Trisky though. They're taken out immediately. And Riptide trying to even it up here. 4v4 going into this team fight. As Thunder takes out Fun Jin. 3v3 from both teams, but no support. Not yet. And Brightside doesn't need it as they get the kill onto Twist. And the spawns are just too close here for Wyverns. Chicago Deepdish looking at last team fight.
Yeah, and looking at that, alt battery was in the defender's basically spawn, trying to get some heals in. So I don't know what if they were forced out, but it's sort of like it's sort of something like that where it's like, man, you wish that they were just sort of like a little bit passive. But now Wyvern does have 3 ults that's at their disposal to use to try to stop Chicago Deepdish's push.
Well, they're going to engage with 2 Winstons, 1 nano boost, and 1 getting a primal rage very quickly. 1 primal rage for Iconic use as Bright Tides takes a sleep. You gotta touch trigger overtime. And Fanging getting that kill on the Thunder. Eliminate one member too many as a primal rage from the Monkey of Ravage. Trying to keep their hopes alive on finishing this map. But as many of the other team members fall for Chicago Deepdish, the Diva bomb on the point, zoning everyone out. Cap gets a stick kill onto Riptide, trying to keep their hopes alive. The spawns are coming back in, but it's still blue in the kill via Trisky gets 2. And they will not finish this map of Nubani.
Yeah, which, again, I'm going to keep on saying this. Point 3s are always very difficult with payload maps. So getting it around that corner and basically getting it to the cap point is very good for Chicago Deepdish. They just weren't able to sort of get it over that hump, which a lot of teams don't. A lot of teams it's difficult for. So I won't be surprised they're able to hold onto it for this defense and try to hold Wyvern to a first point hold.
Yeah, it could be a similar scenario as we saw on the last map of Rialto. It's definitely possible. I've seen multiple times. But Chicago Deepdish just couldn't push it across the finish line. Just like they struggled with on Rialto. But karma, as we know what just happened then, Chicago Deepdish went on to win that map, so easily they could do it again.
Yeah, they could. They really could. And I won't be surprised if Fang goes out on this Junkrat, then I'll be a lot more worried, I would say. But who knows? They're probably just teasing us, especially since they're on the attack side.
It's gotta be another tease coming out from Faye. Yep. Gonna be sticking with a Tracer, just a more safer pick. Goes better with the composition overall. Again, Thunder on the Ashe, Fang on the Tracer. Only two differences. Not the Cassidy though. You think you would have the Cassidy for that flashbang, but opting for the Ashe, a little bit more long distance pressure and the dynamite to really take down those tanks and DPS. On the high ground. Oh, onto the high ground to the right though is Gap, applying a lot of pressure there. Here comes the Winston Iconic diving up, drops a bubble, then gets out. Trisky building up that nano boost very quickly as Gap gets the sticky nade onto Riptide. And they're just trying to find a way to push in and dive here as Ravage is taking the fight to them.
Yeah, and especially with this dynamite, I was going to go back to the Ashe's dynamite. You can hit it around walls. So if them, say, Rabbit or say Iconic decides to go up for a nice little just jump up, try to get some damage in, you can dynamite him and just continue the burn. You don't have to see him to do damage to him.
Absolutely. They build up the nano from Trisky. And now we're trying to engage here, but a nice nade coming down directly. Bungeon gets a kill on Ravage, and the nano boost was enough to zone people out. Thunder finds one, looking for more. Alex out of mech, so no tank presence, and Iconic says thank you very much with no tank to actually come and save you. Bob's not going to do much as Iconic is just waving hi to Bob through the shield. And Ravage unable to get back in time, and they use 3 ultimates there. And we're seeing a bit of a switch come out. Thunder switching over to the Mei, and now that makes sense why they used the 3 ults there.
Yeah, it's sort of unfortunate for Thunder because they used the Bob on the point and then it just got booped off, so it wasn't able to stay on the point and do a lot of damage. But it was still a gold hold, I would say. Got a few minutes off the clock, and they're able to just sort of regroup and sort of get into like the sort of transitional period with in point 2.
So Thunder's playing the Mei here, but it kind of awkwardly fits with the rest of the heroes and what the Chicago Deepdish is trying to do. Iconic drops the Primal Rage up top. Ravage gets slept, has the Primal Rage here, gonna be using it now just to survive. And they're not really in the best space to actually do something. They actually get kill onto Trisky though. Here comes a duplication from Riptide on the top, back, gets a Diva. Ravage takes out both supports with that Primal Rage. And that's going to be enough to find the rest of the team kills. Thunder, though, already has that Blizzard. And I'm still really confused how this Mei fits into this hero comp.
My guess for the Mei is the biggest thing that they do is that point presence. You get a 4-second block where they can't get touched, you can't get healed, but you can contest the cart. You get a wall where you can just sort of hide behind, and you're just bait. You just try to get everybody to focus you since you'll be alone, and then you get that Diva to peel for you.
And you get both supports in the Blizzard to take them out. Just like that. You take out both supports, you lose both supports as well. So it's a 4v3, and here comes Ravage with the Reinhardt. Twist switching to a Lucio. This composition looks a little bit more familiar to us, and it's a rush comp.
Oh yeah.
Wow, Ravage already contributing 40% build up to a Shatter, just like that. And honestly, this is gonna be really nice now. On the ground, now you can just hold this card from going anywhere.
Yeah, I know it's going to be weird to say, but I sort of wish they kept Ravage on the Winston because of how well he was doing on it. He was doing really well on it, able to get into the back line and cause havoc. And now with the Ryan, if they take this high ground, he's basically useless, as you see it right now.
Well, they are in the card, and what's happening is the supports are playing way too far back, and Ravage is on the coin. But the monkey is just pressuring the supports. They're all the way back in spawn. The supports just trying to keep alive. They're trying to get the kill on Iconic, while Thunder is getting ice cold headshots onto Funchin. I am so shocked that Twist and Alt Battery have not died. They didn't die from an entire Primal Raid, and they were all the way back at the spawn point.
I just loved watching Ravage on that, just standing on the payload, watching his team just basically go run back into spawn and him just swinging his hammer, just contesting the point. But now it is a brawl mirror.
Yeah, this is what you gotta do. Maywall comes out instantly, taking out Iconic. A great wall coming out from Thunder, who has yet another Blizzard. Thunder dangerously low, has to get some heals, use that shield wall, using that ice block, amplification matrix, gonna be dropping down way back up on high ground, just more heals. The Shatter catches 3, and they're looking followed up here. Thunder gets 2 more headshots. My goodness, Thunder right-clicking, great projectile hits coming out from them.
Yeah, that was really good from Chicago Deepdish, holding this corner, especially with that May wall that basically blocks this entire area. And Ravage got caught out. It's just difficult. But Chicago Deepdish does have 3 ultis.
Yeah, they don't know. Oh, the beautiful pulse bomb for Bright Side. Gab trying to sneak a pulse bomb stick onto Baptiste, misses, and they immediately eat from Bright Side. Smart plays from them. Alex though getting the Diva Bomb elimination onto Trisky, losing that. Baptiste losing a lot of heals. As we see the rest of the team falls, Gas picks up 2. They commit the Diva Bomb from Bright Side just to get a fresh mech so they can go right back in.
Yeah, which is tough to say because you only have 15 seconds left.
Chicago Deepdish. They don't know. They don't know. There's the beat. They're gonna be dropping the beat, giving them the heals, and Ravage is separated from the team by a Blizzard. Here comes the Blizzard from Thunder, zoning one off the card, and a pin from Ravage. Has the Shatter online, looking to use it. No Reinhardt to block out the pulse bomb, takes out the mech, and Function Gap gets the kill on Faye. And look at this. Look at this. Chicago Deepdish gonna be walking away with new Bonnie. Another hold. Not a full one, but a pretty impressive one as they move on to match point.
Oh yeah, which they've basically put on a new life since Lijiang. It's just insane how well they've been playing ever since that map.
It has been Twiz picking up the MVP with their support gameplay, swinging around, flailing around, getting a lot of supports and healing themselves, finds a double. And these teams quits on the Lucio and just other support characters. Function. Really, really good stuff though.
Yeah. It's looked really, really well. Which next map is not Lijiang, it is Temple of Anubis, if I'm correct.
Sky Industries actually this week. Temple of Anubis next week. Sky Industry as the TCP map. Yeah, next week will be Temple of Anubis. Just a little bit of spoiler for everyone on maps there. But we're going to be going to Vizcaya Industries for our 2CP map. Which, if we had to play 2CP, this would be my second option. First option would be Hanamura. And then Vizcaya. My last option is Temple of Anubis. What? Nope, that's a lie, Karma. My last option is definitely Paris.
Oh yeah, Paris is the worst. But
yes.
It looks like there is a sub 2. Vex is coming in for Ravage, so it's a different main tank.
Interesting.
So I wonder if they might try to play this double shield, especially on the sort of high ground areas. It is very good for that double shield.
Vex could be a Orisa player that we've seen, because we haven't seen Ravage play that Orisa, which for Sky Industries, definitely a common composition is to play that double shield because you really just hold the choke and hold angles on that first point. Then after first point, maybe switch it up just a little bit, bring out Reinhardt. So Vex could be their Orisa player actually.
Which I wouldn't be surprised. Some teams like to have that Orisa player because of how difficult, not really how difficult, but how mentally draining it is to play for some people.
Yes, it definitely is. Honestly, playing the double shield composition, it's very mentally draining because you have to be on top of using your abilities and rotate them. drop a Orisa shield. Then once that's gone, Sigma shield comes out. Once Sigma shield's gone, then use your Purify as the Orisa. Then after that, use Sigma's E ability, negate any projectiles, and then you rotate again, and you're pulling people in and combo. And you also have to be aware of where you're at. It's definitely mentally draining in Overwatch 1 playing tank, I would say, Karma. Not as much in Overwatch 2, since there is only one, but in Overwatch 1 with 2 tanks, you have to be communicating constantly with your tank duo.
Oh yeah, which it's always tough, especially when you try to communicate with your second tank, try to communicate with your DPS and your supports to try to figure out what is going on.
Yeah, absolutely. We're waiting to get word here from both teams if they are set and ready to go. Chicago Deepdish up 2-1. It is a 1-3 series, so they are on match point. Looking back at some of the players, though, side of Chicago Deepdish, Thunder definitely been stepping up here on DPS role of side of for finding the kills and being a big difference maker. But all battery on the side of the support lineup, great heals, big plays, big sleeps, and just overall some really great play coming out from them. Wyverns, though, Karma, who do you think we got?
I would have to say Fungin, just for their play on Lijiang Tower, getting all the boops, getting everything like that. The brig play from Rialto, they've been sort of picking it up a little bit. It's sort of been going a little bit to the downside, especially with them starting to lose. But they've been playing out of their mind, and it's sort of difficult to see anybody other than them. Maybe Fang, especially with how they have been playing on that Tracer, but other than those two, I would say
I'm gonna shine on bright side, stay a little bit with their off tank of the DP on the D.Va. Excellent D.Va play, even some pulse bomb negate, some other ultimates, and just picking up the kills as well. I mean, what more can you ask for a off tank role, especially a D.Va? Bright side definitely doing some great stuff from them. Wyverns, though, they do need to pick up the next map of Sky Industries if they want to force a map 5. Which would be the last map, unless we get a draw, which then there could be a possible overtime map 6. And wouldn't that be a Karma for a first stream match of Season 18, a overtime match in Week 2? Man, I'll be excited. I think it'll be fun.
it would be. But do we think it's going to happen though? So
I don't know. Chicago Deepdish has really been coming out in the last 2 maps pretty convincingly.
And it is 2 CP, so we could see it happen, but at the same time both teams have looked, Deepdish has looked like they sort of had a resurgence, whereas Wyverns has looked very flat ever since Lijiang. So
yeah.
It's sort of difficult to tell what is going to happen, especially on this 4th map.
Yeah, I will say, the Sky Industries being 2 CP map is more of the style of a control map, which we did see the Wyverns thrive on Lijiang Tower. Of course, that was first map, so Deepdish could have just been trying to figure things out. They bring in Gap. He's been in on the next Gaps. They've been in on the last 2 maps, and they've won the last 2 maps, so it could have been a difference maker. Now we see Vex coming in for Ravage. Could that be a difference maker here on the Sky Industries? We'll just have to wait and see. We should be getting here started in a moment, folks, but the Chicago Deepdish, I think they're going to be running a ball composition on the attack here into most likely a double shield composition. Something that's really fast, something that can roll around, disrupt them, Karma, in the backline, and also just disrupt the tank, slam it down, and then focusing hard with like a Tracer and Echo, and just punish the bunkerish build that double shield comp that the Wyverns could be playing.
Yeah, and that sort of ball comp, especially on Volskai's first point, is very good because of the amount of ways that you can get set up. You can surround them from so many different areas that it's difficult to know where they could where they could engage from unless you have eyes on the back of your head. So
yes, you have to be constantly. Okay.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation to sort of tell, especially because with Vex coming in, who knows if they're going to be playing something completely different. They could be playing almost maybe a double off tank. Who knows? So
yo, that would be that'll be cool. That'll be cool. We're gonna be getting in here right now. Just in just a moment, we'll send it over to the match side. Just a little bit of a break here for both the teams. Just need a little bit of a moment, but here we go. The Sky Industries. We're going into it, and we're getting a little bit of sneak peek at as what we might have just saw. And Vex bring out a Wrecking Ball. That could be interesting. As I said, a Wrecking Ball composition just could be the one to go here.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to see what they do with, if they do run the ball comp, what they sort of do, especially since we haven't seen Vex play so far. We saw Ravage play the ball for the past few maps a little bit. So if Vex comes in and just plays the ball, let's see if they have to do with it.
Riptide, what are you doing? Get back into spawn. Why are you playing Bastion? They're trolling us. There it is. Yeah, they're trolling us. Alex playing the Roadhog. We see through you. We see through you, you two. There's no way to bring out. Honestly, yeah, no. I would challenge them. I would dare them. Double dog dare them to play the Bastion. If they weren't, on match point, of course. Yeah, that maybe they would do it. But here, they want to play a little bit smart karma.
Yeah. And both teams sort of have well, Chicago is playing that zombie comp, and then Wyvern is playing that sort of semi-traditional dive with an Ana Brig and an Echo.
Yeah, it's a mix of a traditional dive playing the Riptide's Echo instead of a Genji. Gab on the Sombra could be a big difference maker. Vex is playing the Winston, playing into that zombie comp. The D-Mac comes out onto Alex. Vex trying to get some heals as they're anti and very low. Thunder takes out Iconic though. Vex dangerously low, gets taken out in the back line as the fight's happening behind the point. Alt Battery contributing, gets one kill, get close to that Coalescence to be a real impactful player. As Gap creepily getting closer to that EMP. Could be a big difference maker. Thunder TP up top, dangerously low, needs to get some heals, and they do. Here comes the dive and the engagement from Vex as they're looking for Funchin, who's getting pumped by the Ana of Trisky. Keep them alive as Fangy takes out Vex. Nice dancing name coming out from Trisky, being a big difference maker here on the support lineup as well. There's a Death Blossom in the back line, takes out Trisky, but no one else. And the focus being focuses down. Thunder rains on their parade, and they do get the duplicate out of Riptide, but the fight was already over.
Yeah, it sort of just seems like one of those like panic, oh my god, I'm about to die sort of moments from Riptide that they just sort of pressed Q, especially with the Echo where you can get basically their whole HP. So it might have been one of those. I'm just worried about Red Flash here because what's going on. Their Ana isn't back yet. Their Ana's coming back with spawn.
Their Ana was going way back, and Twist is challenging them. Gets taken out. The EMP is still in Gap's pocket in their back. Gap gets a hack onto Bright's side, so no Diva Bomb or no mech either. One tick given up, looking for two, and they actually might be able to get all three. Iconic roll it back in. Gap gets a kill on Trisky without the on to support the tank. And no Primal Rage. They're getting two ticks and they're going to cap all three. With the EMP, Coalescence. Oh, this could be a snowball.
Yeah, this could be a really big snowball. Function needs to read this and use that rally perfectly. If they're not able to use the rally in time, it's going to be very, very bad for Wyverns here.
It could be really, really bad. Here comes the Nano Boost. They're going to engage Bird. Here comes the EMP. It hits both the supports in the back line, but you take out back. Coalescence and the beat drop. You lose the Winston though. Gotta be focusing on Thunder on the Reaper. Get it done with the kills. Icon takes out Twist Thunder, gone, no more. They're gonna get the whole tier. You commit three ultimates and get nothing because of early smart engagement from Wyverns.
Yeah, they did use that Diva Bomb too, so they actually used 4 ultimates there.
Oh my!
And they ended up not even getting a tick. So that's sort of like a net loss for them. So it's like they have to try to regroup, re-engage, and try to find the chink in Wyvern's armor.
Well, the chink contains 4 ultimates coming online. Brightside negates the entire Death Blossom. Actually gets the kill onto Gap. And 1 ultimate used, and they win the team fight. Thunder takes out Bane, looking for more. Thunder actually gets 2. Without the numbers and the close, Thunder gets 3. Hold on a second. Thunder striking from above. They actually get 4. They're looking to get a tick here and engage here. Gap's coming back. Could get the EMP online, and Alt Barry very close to the Coalescence. You lose Outlet. Here comes a Primal Rage from Iconic. The big monkey play. Nearly 1 tick given up, and Thunder a glimmer of hope through their cloud. But no sirree. No tick skimming.
And that was very good for Wyvern. They did extend a little bit, but they were able to regroup, not able to give up a tick, and now Chicago Deepdish has to try to re-engage this.
I mean, Wyverns are doing an excellent job on keeping their ultimates and rotate them. Here comes the ult. Here comes the Death Blossom. Takes out Riptide. Looking to kill Icon, who is nano boosted. Now they are gone. Big heals coming out from Alt Barry with the Coalescence. And a nice kill feed for Chicago Deepdish. Diva Bomb on the point. Had to zone out. Cap gets caught again. Along with Brightside. The back. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Wyverns having a solid defense and holding on. Still, Karma. It looked like it was over.
Yeah, it looked like it was over. It looked like that Wyvern was getting ready for the next to attack, and then Brightside just comes in, gets a squash kill, gets a bomb kill, and then now Chicago Deepdish is swapping their entire comp over to a brawl map, a brawl comp.
Alright, they're going to be bringing the brawl out here. They got to get on point first. Vex shielding around dangerously low. Needs to get the immortality field to stay alive. And the extra heals. Gap's cast speed pressure a little bit. Iconic has the Primal Raid. Looking to knock some people back. Gets frozen for a moment as Fane does the damage in the backline. Taking out Vex and Gap. 60 seconds remaining, and we're looking at Chicago Deepdish that's just running up against a brick wall, and that is the Wyverns.
Yeah, and it looks like they're sort of lost. I don't know what to do. It looks like they sort of reverted back into Lijiang Tower mode. They don't know how to engage against this.
Well, it's like I said, it's a control and 2CP, very similar style. You just gotta stay on the point, and it seems like the Wyverns do it a lot better than that. Bane has that pulse bomb in the backline, looking to find a stick. They drop the beat, give it the extra shields. Here comes Iconic with the nano boost, gets the double. Looking for Twist Blow, and Function takes them out. 13 seconds to go. Function having a fun day in this game with the rally. And Chicago Deepdish will be halted on point B. They won't finish the map, and they won't even get a tick.
Yeah, and Chicago the Deepdish has to be like, what happened? But the one thing that I have is, why take out Ravage when you're basically going to be playing the same comp on attack? I know obviously they haven't had defense yet, but on attack you're running the same comps that you did before. Why not have that same player and keep that chemistry?
I'm asking the same question as well. I mean, you worked with Outvex on the other two. Now you bring them in. You cap 1 point, but struggle with B. And you know what? It's common on the Sky industry, Karma, from what I know. It's hard to cap B on Vizcaya unless if you snowball it. Because of a Sky, you really have to win like 2 or 3 solid team fights. Basically, for any 2 CP maps, you have to win like 2 or 3 team fights to actually finish the map, just because how close the spawn points are. And that's why it makes it so difficult, especially on the Sky Industries. They couldn't finish the map here. Now they're looking to full hold this on point A. If not, they can't give up a tick, and the best they can get is a draw then.
Yeah, and it looks like Vex is going to play this ball on the defense side, which is sort of weird because on defense it's a lot different. It's a lot more difficult to get engages with, whereas Wyverns is just going back to this dive that's been working for him so far.
Riptide is still playing the Sombra instead of the Echo here, so they're going to be looking to build up the EMP, looking to find some pressure on the supports in the back line. They're rotating around, looking for a hack, waiting for a dive. Here comes the dive, gets a hack onto Twist, and now TP's out. Big sleep coming out from them, but it's a bit of a stagger and a roll around from Vex, rolling through, disrupting the support, slamming down, looking for Trisky, and finds them as Brightside takes the kill onto Gap. Holding strong is the Wyverns on the attack as well. Finds 2, gets the third onto Alex, and they're convincingly gun cap here on point A.
And again, why it sort of looks like Chicago Deepdish sort of reverted back into their Lijiang stuff. Why, like, they don't really understand how to not play the cup, but how to defend it correctly, it seems like.
Yeah, they're struggling really here on Sky Industries. 5 minutes and 40 seconds in the time bank. The best they can do is a draw. We are guaranteeing map 5 here at Karma, but will it be the last one, or would it be a possible map 6 on the line? Rally comes in. They're trying to snowball this here. As jumping in is Iconic, who gets anti, can't get the heals now, dangerously low, needs to get the support they need. Diva Bomb, Brightside, zone them out, someone needs a touch. The Diva Bomb could be disastrous. A Nano Boost coming out onto Gap along with the Rally to support them, try and find the tank, just brawl it out here. Twist finds 2. EMP gets defeated. A big shield bash from Twist. That's Twist being the big difference maker. They're trying to hold on to this one, and they will. No snowball coming in from Wyverns. Chicago Deepdish holding on here on the defense.
Yeah, and that looked like it was the loss ready to happen, but Chicago Deepdish was able to just step onto it last second and hold on to it. So it is still drawable, and it's going to be very tough for Chicago Deepdish though to hold on to it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have 4 minutes and 30 seconds you have to hold on to. Vex, folks stay in the back line. Connick can't get the heals from the Ana Trisky because there was a monkey in their face. 4v4, Thunder with the Cassidy takes out 2. Here comes Chicago Deepdish. The spawns are just way too close. Brightside out of mech. There's no way they're going to cap this. Another team fight gone. Another minute off the clock.
Chicago Deepdish have some ultimates too. They have that Rally, they have that Blast Blossom, and then they have Vex's Primal. So I wonder if it's going to be difficult with Wyvern to try to get this engaged. They've been trying to dive ult battery, but it hasn't been working for them.
Yeah, it has been working for them. Vex now has the Primal Rage. He's going to pressure the supports again, looking for Trisky in the back line. Here comes the Death Blossom from the high ground. It's pretty big as they fill the gap, taking out both the supports. Thunder follows it up. Another minute taken off the clock. 3 minutes ago for this Wyverns team. Find a way to get in, and they are coming up with 6 ultimates.
Yeah, the biggest thing that is going for Chicago right now is that ult battery has this nano, and if they're able to nano Vex and get a big pick onto the backline, it could be the difference between a win and a loss right here.
It needs to happen now. Vex looking for the dive. Think they see the support. Waiting for the call. Here comes the Nano first. They're going to actually Nano twist instead. High Noon comes out. Iconic takes out all battery. And they're looking for more. They're all pressing Q. And it's Blue in the kill feed. And the Wyverns try to hold on to this. Vex, last one to go. And the Wyverns are going to tie it up 2-2. And we're going to our final map of map 5.
It's
no map 6. Man, well, still have a map 5 though.
What is... I don't remember what map 5 was. It is...
Map 5 will be going control for Ilios.
Ooh. That's gonna be that's gonna be interesting to watch, especially if Wyvern look this good on another control map. I wonder if they could be able to take it.
Oh, Funjin, 41 defense assists, 80% of the kill participation. Of course, they're playing Brigitte, so any flail hits gonna count them. So that doesn't surprise me, especially for Brigitte. But still, big numbers coming out from them. And a lot of the MVP screens have been support. Gotta say, the support's been stepping up here for both these teams. Twist and Alt Battery. Alt Battery definitely been a showstopper here on Chicago Deepdish, along with Trisky and Funjin from the Wyverns side. Man, gotta say, this has been an exciting match. I'm using a lot of energy here. Don't forget, you can always stock up some energy with some Bite Ramen, who is fueling Season 18 of UGC League. It's a high protein noodle that does it all, recharges you. Go ahead and get some at shop.biteramen.com. Use our promo code UGC at checkout to save 10% off. Again, that's shop.biteramen.com/UGC, or use our promo code UGC at checkout. Save 10% off your order. It's all tied up here, 2-2. Wyverns versus Chicago Deepdish. Both have one win under their belt from week 1. This is week 2 of season 18 UGC League Overwatch. Welcome to you from our YouTube channel now. We have moved from Twitch, so if you have found us, hello. Great. I'm glad you're here watching this really exciting game. If you do want to check out any of our old content from Season 17, also day back, very far back actually, all the way Season 4 to see some action from the one and only JJ Skywalker, a legend here at UGC League. We do miss him. He's just been busy with work. He's okay. But go ahead and check that out on our YouTube channel, all the way back from Season 4 to our most recent season of Season 17. And Season 18 will be uploading those as the weeks go on. Wyverns, Deepdish, it's a close one. It's exciting, Karma, and I'm super excited to see how this one ends.
Oh yeah, and Ravage is coming back in instead of Vex, so I wonder if it was just like one of those like, hey, let's throw him in because why not sort of moments, but it was match point, so who knows?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they want to give Vex some playing time, or they think Vex is just better on this map, more experienced than Ravage, so they threw them in. Didn't work out, so they're throwing Ravage back into the mix and see if that's going to make the difference. All same 6 though from Wyverns. No subs needed to try get this done here. I don't think actually any subs on the team really. So Wyverns though, big stuff coming out from them. I gotta say, Brightside's been a real star here for the Wyverns, along with Funja on support line and Fading. But Brightside, I gotta say, Karma's been doing a lot on the off-tank role.
Oh yeah, it's been insane with how Brightside has been playing.
Yeah, and especially on the D.Va. I mean, if you have a good D.Va, someone that can do all the things, support as a off tank, can peel with that defense matrix, dive in with the main tank and the DPS, and also pressure and find some kills. It's the holy trinity of off tanks, Karma, and Brightside's definitely doing it.
Yeah, and especially with how they have been with the D.Va bombs as well. Each one has gotten at least a kill, it seems like, if not more.
At least a kill. Usually it was Gap on the Sombra in that last map, just out the blue. Just didn't know where they were. But here we go. Going to the beautiful map of Elio. Started off here on Well. Will we see some double shield? Will we see some Roadhog? Might see a bait of a Roadhog from one of the teams. Nope. Gonna be a zombie comp versus the poke ball composition. Gap running the Pharah. Can they deal with it with this zombie comp? A lot of pressure from Brightside again, Karma, to deal with this Pharah.
Yeah, I mean, they've seen it before with Legion Garden. It looks like they were able to hold on to it really, really well. So hopefully Wyvern is able to take this sort of cage area and sort of just stay out of Gap's LOS.
We're gonna have to see here. This will be the final map. It's 2-2. There's no draws on control, only a winner. It's gonna be the Wyverns or Chicago Deepdish moving forward into the season undefeated still, and one of them will be picking up their first loss. Ooh. A huge anti-name from Alt Battery, anti 4 team members. Everyone dangerously low. A bright side still shines through the dark cloud of the anti-nade and gets a kill onto Ravage. Gap, Justice from above, shooting down on the low health characters. Iconic, dangerously low, tries to boot them in. Iconic gets kill onto Thunder. Just Gap and Twist trying to find some pressure as Ravage stays on the point. Gap finds kill on Brightside, out a mech, so kind of a free range here. No one really to pressure them as they're going up and deep, but banging from the ground gets the kill. Able to resurrect them up on high ground save. There's a barrage and strikes 2. Not sure if they were ready for Gap having a barrage that quick online and instantly brought back into the fight. No one's capped yet. Thunder gets the pulse bomb out, but then taken out by Funjin. Brightside's rejoined the fight. It's a 4v4 team fight. As Twist gets taken out, Gap no longer has the heals. Have to play very careful. The dive coming in. Alt Battery gives some heals to Gap. Here's the minefields in the backline zone that supports out, but they walk right around them. Riptide gets killed on Alt Battery. Gap trying to get the Mercy back into the fight as the rest of the team are falling because there's no heals and there's no on of Alt Battery. And they are Valky this. They lost so many. They bring back the Tracer, who could quickly come back into the fight. They get the boop onto Trisky into the well, and the Diva Bomb could be devastating. Very long team fight, and the Diva Bomb Karma is big, catches the Pharah Mercy. Finally, they're gonna be stopping here and stopping Chicago Deepdish.
Yeah, but that was a very, very long sort of multiple team fights at once sort of thing that's going on. But they were able to sort of hide, and sort of Gap does have another barrage, but you can't really see the impact that Gap has been having. Other than those 2K with the barrage, it's sort of like Brightside has been keeping them in check.
Yeah, you haven't seen a lot of impact. Gap definitely playing a lot more farther back here. Gonna get caught by the EMP, almost falls into the well. A nice Nandy nade, but here's a Blossom. Actually gets barrage canceled, but not before finding a kill on Twist. Thunder now striking and finds 2, and the Chicago Deepdish should be able to flip here as Thunder picks up the 3rd.
I think I'm a caster's curse, but it's just only good things. So I talked that Gap, we haven't been able to see Gap at all this fight, and then he comes in with the 3K to turn it around. So yeah. I should stop talking, I guess, apparently.
No!
Wyvern has been playing this really well, though, especially getting that a lot of that EMP, but it's going to be tough for them with this mines.
Oh, this is going to be a big minefield, dealing a lot of damage to Iconic. Function forced to use the beat. They get the D-Meg onto Brightside, no longer can pressure Gap. Gap, I don't think not knowing that yet, playing a little bit safe, actually gets tagged out of the sky with the cold lesson from Trisky pushing in here. Brightside taking out, Trisky finds the kill on Twist, so the Pharah Mercy combo is gone. As Trisky unable to get taken out by Thunder, Function finds 2, and flipped right back over. Wyverns are in control.
Oh yeah, and it also like it was pretty good. Fang has another EMP, and they're just sort of being able to surround them, even though it seems like the Balcom should be the one that surrounds the other team. Wyvern is turning it around and being like, "Oh no, we're going to be the ones that's going to surround it."
No, Gap gets a kill on Bunch and has the barrage ready. Way to find the opportunity. There it is from above. Gets the kill on Iconic and Trisky. Big barrage there. However, you got the ultimate to come back in here for the Wyverns and just win it in one team fight.
Yeah, especially with it being at 94%, it's going to take a miracle for Chicago to be able to hold it. They're going to have to use everything and get kills and just be able to hold the defense, which is it looks like it's been tough to do.
It's going to be really tough to do. This EMP, if it catches Gap and Twist, could be disastrous. Looking to find the position, do so as Gap's playing super high and behind. Thunder drops the pulse bomb, doesn't get anything. Here's the minefields. They're trying to rotate out. Here's the EMP. It catches Twist, and the nail boost comes out onto Gap, so they're still alive. Diva Bomb catches no one from Alex, but more blue in the kill feed. Gap's gotta get some kills. Has a barrage, but is escaping with their life. They're turning it here as the Wyverns should be able to hold on to this. Cold lessons from Trisky, able to get the kill on Thunder. 5%, 5-6, 97, 98. You gotta get someone to touch, and you do, but you lose 2. And now the beat coming in from Bunjay. It's gonna give everyone the extra shields and health they need. Gap still has a barrage gate pressure by Brightside, unable to get in position for it yet. Flying around the windmill, gets one. No one pressuring him. Then Brightside gets the kill. Brightside out a mech. Riptide gets it done, taking out Alex. And the Wyverns are going to hold on to this in a close one on Well.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be Wyvern's game to lose almost. Chicago looked really good trying to capture it and holding onto it. But it just seems like Wyvern just looks so much well-versed on these control maps.
It really does. It really, really does. We saw that on Lishan Tower at the beginning, and we're still seeing it here on Ilios. Chicago Deepdish just struggling to find a way to crack this control style team of the Wyverns. Just seem to be an expert. We're going to be running the Brawl composition with the Sim TP out of spawn. No, they're going to be going across the bridge. But this actually might be dangerous because Gap does have the boot, and they might be using it here. No, they don't get there in time. The ball Ravage almost knocking people off. They safely make it to the point, but huge anti-nade from Alt Battery. And the spam from Gap through the door capitalizes on it. What a huge anti-nade from Alt Battery there.
Yeah, that was just perfect. Gets right through it, gets 4 people. I don't think Alt Battery could have placed a better nade if they tried.
No, absolutely not. I mean, that's why Alt Battery definitely been a big difference maker here. Oh, look at this. Already has the nano 20% away from it. My goodness.
Yeah, and especially with this high ground they do Wyvern does swap over to the sort of dive comp. With Alt Battery playing, the zombie comp, sorry. But with Alt Battery playing on this high ground, it's going to be pretty difficult for them to sort of get to them.
It's going to be a little bit awkward. Alt Battery definitely #1 target. Gap catches Funjay out and catches the rest. They committed so many resources to take out Alt Battery. They do. But the rest of the team just gets caught out. Thunder takes out Riptide. And now you have to regroup once again.
Yeah, and then... Okay. Brightside uses bomb to try to re-engage, I guess. But...
I think they might have thought more of the team was there. But that is not true, Brightside. Everyone else was back in spawn waiting. Now they're going to have to wait for Brightside again, Karma.
Yeah, and this is sort of taking into Wyvern's time bank because with Chicago is already at 65%, almost getting above 70% before another team fight doesn't look good for them.
Oh man, Gap finally finds some value here on the Pharah. Gets a kill onto Fungin, gets a kill on the second support, gets a kill on Con. I mean, my. Gap's Pharah making big plays, and 15%, you gotta be quick.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them. Fungin needs to get a touch. I don't think everybody will be able to group up for a fight, but they could. But it's gonna be very tough for Wyvern to be able to get the touch here.
They're coming into Gap's Barrage, who's gonna drop through the top, gonna be looking for him maybe. Coming down, there's Barrage from above. Doesn't get anything because everyone's zoned out from the Diva Bomb on the point. And will get resurrected safely from Twist popping the Valkyrie. It's majority red in the kill feed. Everyone's so low on the side of Wyverns. Death Blossom from Riptide gets one, but no one else. Iconic just to stagger 100% to 0. And what better way, Karma, to end this series with a map 5, last map. We're going to Ruins. But we do have this short little pause coming out from Chicago Deepdish side.
Yeah, but man,
I was
hyped. Rejuvenated.
I'm ready to go. Now we got this pause, man. Look, that was so convincing from Chicago Deepdish. They 100% to 0 that. I would say though, a Lighthouse, a Pharah, and a ball composition definitely more valuable than well, because there's there's a point that's inside underneath the Lighthouse, so you're forcing the team to go there, and the Pharah can just spam in through all the doors.
Yeah, whereas with going back to that, you have a lot more cover, a lot more personal cover with Cage, with underneath the actual windmill. Whereas with Lighthouse, it's just, you have the Lighthouse. That's sort of like the only cover that you have. And then you're standing on the point, which is something that you don't really want to do unless you're capping it. So it's a lot better to have that Pharah on this map instead of last map. So I wonder, they might try to pull it out for a third for Ruins. But Ruins is notoriously known as the Widow map, so I wonder if somebody will try to pull that out instead.
That would be exciting. We could see the Widow come out, but we're probably going to see a zombie comp versus a rush comp. The ball style on Ruins can be a little bit awkward because of all the environment on it. There's a lot of pillars and benches and bricks, piles of bricks. It's so awkward for ball to actually roll around and to actually try to impact something. Much easier to dive on something quickly or just rush onto it with a brawl comp of a Reinhardt.
Yeah, and especially with the zombie comp too, if you have that Sombra and you are able to get your monkey to that mega, just being able to place that bubble there so that way the other Sombra, if they're running a Sombra, isn't able to hack it. It's so nice to be able to use that instead of maybe using a Reinhardt or something like that, where it's you have to DM your Sombra or something like that. You're just able to block it with a shield, so that way the other team can't get it.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, having a Sombra, having that EMP, a fight's happening on the point, and the EMP can just hit everything and everyone in it. Big EMPs come out of Sombras from playing on Ruins. Not sure what exactly this pause is about. We'll see if we can get that information to you guys, or to you viewing. But I just want to see how this one ends, Karma. Just want to know.
Oh yeah.
Just want to know how it ends. We're right there. It's last map. It's last match point. 2-2. Going to Ruins, third map on Ilios. I mean, there's no better way to end this series.
Yeah, and especially with Wyvern looking super good on control points. This is the first one that they have lost that they just look destroyed on.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. The well one was close.
The one was close, but
it didn't feel close.
Yeah, it felt like it was a very much so just Wyvern side. Whereas this one, it was all Chicago.
Well, yeah, absolutely. 100% zero. No chance for Wyverns to actually get onto the point. We're all good now. We're coming in from the pause here. Not sure exactly what was going on, but Chicago Deepdish, they said, we're good, we're chilling, we're all ready to go. And I am ready to go, Karma. I am ready to see what these teams bring to the final map of Ilios.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be a zombie comp against that brawl comp that we were talking about.
I figured. I figured there was a zombie comp coming out from Wyverns. They're just more comfortable on it. And the Rush brawl comp from Chicago Deepdish, they are more comfortable on that. So here we go. Running the brawl with the Baptiste Lucio and that zombie comp, that Sombra from Faye, and see if they can get some value here on the Sombra with the EMP. Nice pin coming out to Iconic at Thunder. We know how they can just snipe people with the headshots of the right click of the Icicles. Does so on Iconic. And without the Winston, kind of hard to pressure on point. Chicago Deepdish get control of it first.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough for Wyvern to be able to hold on to this, especially if Iconic just keeps dying like that.
Oh my goodness, you can't keep losing the main tank of the Winston in the zombie comp. Winston is just too important for this composition. If you're gonna keep losing Winston, you gotta go back to the drawing board. Bring out Reinhardt instead. Ravage has that Earthshatter, and Thunder has the Blizzard already.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very early engage, and Iconic is already dead.
Iconic again, the first blood in the last 3 team fight. They find kill onto alt battery of the Baptiste, but you lose the Winston. That'll be doing the damage. Riptide has to step it up, gets a Death Blossom kill onto Twits. That's it. Here comes Gap. Blossom finds a double. It's bigger. Iconic rejoined the fight. Trisky popping a Coalescence. They're going to try to keep Iconic up here and try and win this team fight. Iconic frozen. Headshot. Able to get the final rage off just barely. And that was just minutes, seconds away from being disastrous. Iconic able to get the Primal Rage off. Solo Shatter onto Riptide, but has the entire heal of Trisky on the Moira. Keep them alive. 70% built up. The stall coming out from Alex. Gonna get demech and gone. 77% built up for Chicago Deepdish.
Yeah, and I think that's what Chicago need. They wanted that to happen. They've gotten over 70%. And they're like, okay, we can die now. We can go back. We can regroup. They don't really have a lot of ults to engage with, but who knows? They might be able to try to bait Iconic in, especially with him dying first every single fight.
It's a huge EMP, and they're walking in here. Gap though takes out Riptide. Brightside Diva Bomb gets Gap. That was a huge EMP, but they're sustaining and surviving. They get the beat out. Diva Bomb from Alice catches Funjay. They're committing their ultimates just to flip this point. Trisky uses a Coalescence to try to keep people alive, but the damage is done. Alex finds 2. And Riptide just stalling out just a little bit longer. Gonna rejoin the team. I mean, they have no more ults here, and now the searches come back to Mirror Rush. You're walking into a Shatter.
You're walking into a Shatter, and it's only 15% remaining. So it seems like it's a little bit too late for Wyvern.
It could be a little bit too late. Both teams gonna have Death Blossom online. Gap first. Here's the Shatter looking for charge. There's the Death Blossom.
Oh.
Gap finds the big 3K and make it 4. Gap clutching up for Chicago Deepdish here on Ruined. And Chicago Deepdish will be walking away with the close one. Staying undefeated going into week 3. Picking up the win 3-2 over Wyverns.
Yeah, and Gap really stepped it up in the final game. Just blowing everybody away with the Pharah, with the Reaper. He was massive for Ilios.
I mean, look at that. Yeah, the Pharaoh is just the right pick there. Big Farah plays. My, oh my. Woo! What an exciting series. To come back here, man, I've missed this, Karma. I missed you all viewers watching UGC League. I miss UGC League, and I'm excited to be back here, Cast Day, for Season 18. It's been really, really fun for tonight's match. Man, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. It's been good, Karma.
It has been.
It has been. Gotta say, though, we're bringing it back as always. Your MVP of the match coming from out of Deepdish. We've seen a lot of stars in that last map. We saw Gap getting a lot of kills. Thunder overall, definitely. But it's been the hero from the support lineup, Alt Battery. Alt Battery being the big difference maker on that Ana, hitting big anti-nades, big kills, big sleeps. I mean, using every little bit of the kit of Ana to really capitalize it and impact Chicago Deepdish games. Alt Battery walking away with the MVP of this series, Karma.
Oh yeah, it was. Alt Battery was amazing doing it, playing for it, and I don't think it could have been better without him.
No, it definitely couldn't be better without them. And we do have a awesome post-game show of a interview with Alt Battery, as they're gonna be joining in here. Alt Battery, big win! Congratulations on the close match against the Wyverns.
Thank you. It was exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. So I gotta say, for the first match on Ilios, after the match, we saw Thunder come in for Womp Domp. Just was struggling a little bit. Was that a group decision, or why did Thunder come in there and stay in for the rest of the game?
Well, they're kind of our two big players that we like to rely on. Obviously, there's a lot of very important people in our team, but since we ended up having issues early on, we decided to swap them out and sort of have a full reset. And then we went in with fresh mentals and just tried to do our best for that second map, which ended up working pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. It did work really well.
And I have a question for another swap that you guys made. You guys decided to throw in Vex for Ravage for Volskaya. Why did that happen? Was there like something that he brings that we didn't see that happen on Volskaya that normally happens, or what happened there?
I don't know the exact rationale behind that. There was a lot happening with comms, and obviously we have a pretty big roster. I think we just wanted to give Ravage a break in case we did go to that 5th map, if we did, and give Vex some playtime to see if he could end up popping off.
Absolutely. It's definitely important to take a breather, give a break to them. Alt Barry, was there at any time during this match that you guys felt like you were behind or struggling and a little bit worried on the Wyverns coming into this match and walking away with it instead?
Probably that first map. We were just really struggling with ball comp. I know I was raging a bit. They would like TP on me every fight, which props to them. That was really well done. But after that, I think we got our momentum going and it was really close. So I'm happy with how it ended up past Legion.
And one last question, is Gap your main fair player over Thunder? Because we saw Gap kind of pop off there on Ilios.
You know, I think that depends on who you ask, and either way, one of them will kill me afterwards, so I don't know.
Okay, you don't have to comment, it's okay.
Yeah.
Alt Battery, thank you so much for joining us here in the Cassie booth. Congratulations on the big win, and pick up MVP from us here in the Cassie booth. Good luck on your next week's match in week 3.
Thank you, I appreciate it. See you guys.
Awesome. That was Alt Battery from Chicago Deepdish. Who are your winners? 3-2 in a close one. It went the distance, Karma, and it definitely deserved an exciting match.
Oh yeah, and I'm glad this was streamed because it was a very interesting match as well. It looked like it was going to go one way, and then all of a sudden, Deepdish was just able to flip the switch and turn it around, like Alt Battery was saying.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more with you. But that is going to wrap it up here in the casting booth for us. Week 2 for well, the streaming side of it is done, but we'll hopefully be back here next week covering Week 3 with another match. Could be some new casters here in the casting booth, who knows. But Karma, it's been a pleasure casting with you, my friend. Where can they find you on the social medias?
They can find me at karma_OW on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Excellent, awesome. I've been Guthix. You can follow me on Twitter at Guthix Esports to keep up with all my casting gigs here at UGC League or other casting gigs that I do around the league. Also, give a follow to my Twitch, Guthix Esports, as well. Keep up with my Twitch streaming. And follow us here on YouTube. Well, not follow, subscribe to keep up with awesome content when we go live. And check out the previous seasons and matches if you want to go down trip of memory lane. Whether you are a team that competed in previous season or just some awesome Overwatch. Thank you everyone so much for joining us tonight. It's great to be back. It's great to see you all in chat and hyping everything up. We will see you next week or next time. Until then, have a great weekend and have a good night.